Welcome everybody to the webinar. This is Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads, and we're going to walk through how to use your Listings to Leads account to grow your business. And so we're going to cover a lot of things today. So if you're watching the recording of this webinar, go ahead and pause it as needed, and you can pause and play and follow along with us. If you're on the call, just please, by all means, go ahead and ask questions during the call, and we will get to them during the webinar. So currently at listingstoleads.com, if you're not a client, go ahead and you can scroll down our website or click the agents tab, or lenders or offices for more information on how to sign up there. But once you sign up and log in, you're going to see our Get Started wizard. And I'm just going to flow through this briefly. It only takes a few minutes to do. And even if you've done this before, let's just walk through it real quickly for the benefit of everybody. And there might be something that you missed or that you didn't see when you first did it. So I'm going to click finish your profile, and then I'm going to follow it through. Now I've already got most of the stuff done, but you can see where you can put your name and email, phone number, license number, and all that. And you literally just click through it: company name, title, logo, website, phone number. And you can change your time zone. Now make sure you, on that one, you change to your proper time zone, because we use that in a number of different tools, like countdown counters and different things like that. If you are in Toronto or anywhere outside the US, Charles, you can check where it says use international version of tools. And so there's a few things that we do there to make sure it works internationally properly. Next up, import your listings. So this will help you import your listings. If you ever have any problems importing your listings, just get with support and they will help you out there. So I'm just going to go to My Farm Dominator. Now, this is a tool that if you are allowed to share, like if you're allowed, for example, to take a link from Zillow for another listing that's not yours and share it on social media, for example, then you should be able to do this, because what we do is we bring in the listings of other people based on your criteria, and then on all the tools and any ads that you might do, we put the listing agent's information. So it'd be like at the end of the ad or at the bottom of the single property website, it would say like listing courtesy of Scott Pierce, L2L Best Realty, and I believe it gives the listing MLS ID number. All right. So if you're not allowed to share listings like that, then do not use this tool. All right. If you're not sure, go ahead and ask your broker or your MLS. So for now, I will click skip. Next, connect add account. So here we're going to connect our Facebook account to Listings to Leads so that we can auto post listings. All right. So I'm going to click connect your Facebook ad account. And it's going to take me through a little wizard. And you'll see here, so there we go. So I'm connected as Scott Pierce, and you'll always connect as your personal profile. All right, so we're never going to post to a personal profile, but you always connect as that. So I'm connected as Scott Pierce. And then here you can see I can select which ads account I want to go to. All right, perfect, and close. And then now I can go to create listing ad. So we did My Farm Dominator. So I can go to now and create a listing ad here, right? In fact, I'll just show you real quickly. So I'll pick one of my listings, hit next. And we can start running ads right from that Get Started wizard on our account homepage. Now we can also come into the ad section, which I'll show you that in a minute. But now we can start running ads, right? So you can literally sign up for Listings to Leads and walk through this Get Started wizard and start doing ads and have ads up for review to Facebook in a couple of minutes. All right, it's literally that easy. So if you're one of our office clients, you're a lender client, and you're adding agents to your account, just know that they're going to be able to get started and get ads up within minutes of you setting up their account. Or if you're a new agent and you're signing up at our website, same thing, right? You sign up, you go through the Get Started wizard, and you are doing ads within minutes. So once you're at the 3-step quick publish guide, just click create new form, step 1, And here you can see we're going to capture name, email, and phone number to the right. Click create form, type in the location. And don't worry, we're going to be running quite a few ads today. So if you're a little bit lost right now, or you feel like you don't know where I'm at or what I'm doing, do not worry about that, because we're going to be doing more ads. So you'll be an expert at this by the time we get done here today. So don't worry about that, please. So we did step number 1, create a new form. Step number 2, type in the location you want the ad to run. And step number 3 is literally just confirm your budget and schedule. So I've got a lifetime budget of $35, which I can change if I want to. And I've got my start and my end dates right there that I can change as well. And just click the green publish button, and that will get that ad sent to review to Facebook and get that ad live on Facebook. And again, every time someone clicks the ad, we will collect their name, email, and phone number. All right. So now if I wanted to run a home value ad, I can click that, free home values. And so you can see right from the get started wizard, I'm able to do listing ads, home value ads. All right. So again, same here. Click create new form. You can see we're going to get their name, email, and phone number. Type in the location. And let me, all right. And you got your budget and schedule, just like what we did before. And again, hit publish. Now, there are some other options for all ads, whether it's a listing ad or a landing page or one of the PDF report ads. So all the options below here are going to be the same. So first of all, I can select which Facebook page I want to do the ad to. I got Instagram as well. So these ads will show up on Facebook and Instagram. I can change this text. So if I change any of this text here on the left, notice on the right, it's going to change as well. So if as I'm editing the left side, you'll notice the ad text here on the right will change as well. I can change the image by clicking change media. I'm gonna go ahead and close that for now. So any of this stuff can be edited, including the audience. So for example, if I want to retarget this to a previous audience, maybe I got an audience of seller leads, right, that I'm retargeting to, so I can hit that audience. I can edit my location, right, people living in this location. I can add interests, edit my placements, and you'll see I got my pixel right there. So that, you know, anytime we're doing the ads, we want to make sure that we are using our pixel so that we can add those leads into a custom audience for retargeting down the road. All right. And then obviously I can click publish right here as well. So you can either use a 3-step quick publish guide where you just do create new form, location, budget, and schedule, or you can continue to scroll down from there and have a lot more options to meet your needs. Brian, the pixel is from Facebook, so go ahead and get with support if you need help on that. Super easy to do. So we did a listing ad, we did a what is your home worth ad, and now we're going to set up auto posting. So auto posting is different from an ad. So an ad is something that we pay for Facebook to get out and to show that ad to people that we don't know. Auto posting is for our Facebook or business pages that will be seen more by people that just like our pages. All right. So auto posting is free, but it doesn't get seen by a lot of people, right? But we still want to do it. So I'm gonna click the green setup auto posting button. Now I'm gonna connect to Facebook. So this is a little bit different than the ads. So, but I'm gonna click connect to your Facebook. Continue as Scott Pierce. And I can select all the different pages that I want to be able to auto post to. So I can just continue to scroll down and just check all the pages. Say I got Granite Bay Homes, I've got free home values for you, and I got a few others down the list as well. Hit next. All of these have to stay as yes. If I change any of these yeses to nos, it won't work. So always leave it as yes. And so now we'll have Facebook connected. And now we can do Twitter and LinkedIn for auto posting as well. So I'll do, let's see if Twitter, awesome. So we got Twitter set up. And let's see here. And let's do LinkedIn. And again, all three of these are just little wizards. And, oh, let's see. And I got the passcode. Let me just type it in. And someone says, do the Facebook custom audiences automatically show up? Not yet, but we're actually working on that and they will soon. But as long as you know, so Rolanda, as long as you know what that custom audience name is and you start typing it in like I did, it will show up and then you can access that. All right. All right. So now when I click, now set up auto posting now, you'll see I've got Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn all set up. All right. So we did the seller leads. All right, awesome. All right, let's go ahead and just dismiss. Let's generate seller leads. We did that one already. And we already did the ad for that. And follow-up campaigns, that's not live for everybody yet. That'll be live in a couple of weeks. And so I won't worry about that one for now because that's only for my account to do some testing with. So now we got the Get Started Wizard done. So let's go to listings, the listings page first. So as long as you have listings, they will have imported. All right, so we got all of my listings in here. If you're able to do the My Farm Dominator, you will see those listings. And they'll have kind of that map right there. All right, so it'll have the property address and a little map. And if you don't have any listings and you're not going to do the My Farm Dominator, I'm going to highly suggest that you borrow some listings, all right, that you get some listings where you got permission to market them. It could be an active listing. And let me tell you, that listing could be on the market for 6 months and be overpriced. It doesn't matter. As long as it's in an area that you want to generate leads for, you're good to go with what the strategies that we're going to be talking about today, all right? So please try to have at least one, if not two listings that you're able to advertise on Facebook into your database as well. And I'm going to show you some of these really great tactics and strategies where even if you don't have listings, you're going to really be able to grow your business. And of course, if you have listings, you're good to go. All right. Amy, that's fine, because you know what? We've got just sold marketing that you can run with for 30 days. So even if your listings are selling in 3 days, that's totally fine, because we're going to help you get more listings for the 30 days after it sells. All right. And yeah, pending listings, totally, Carla. And we'll be talking about that as well. All right. So for every listing that's your listing or listing that you've got permission to market, when you click on the task icon, and I'll show you a just listed, you'll see all the, so we got your social media for social media posts and ads, social media posts for the seller, so social media share image. In fact, let me show you that. If you haven't seen yet, we've got a bunch of new templates that you can select from. And so when you're doing your Facebook posts, your Facebook ads, these are the different templates now that you can select from. And you can use either the Facebook layout, and there's also a layout for Instagram as well. All right. And these are really cool. I can come in here and click to edit. So I can change the images. So you'll see I can customize these quite a bit. I can change the coloring. All right. So there's a lot of really good edits that you can do to these. Yeah, Hector, I'm pretty happy about these. And if you have another template idea, by all means, please go ahead and send it to support, and we'll see about adding it into the system here. And you can even go to your profile appearances, and you can select a template that you want to use by default for all of your listings. So that's a really nice option there as well. Brian, yes, we are recording this, so you can watch the recording a little bit later. But so anyways, so make sure you work your way down this task list, or we're gonna come back to this a little bit later and just walk through a few of these items in particular that I wanna make sure that you are aware of, all right? But first, let's go to ads. So on the left-hand side, you're gonna see a tab here called ads. And once you've got a listing in your account, see all the different ads I've got? So these will all run through listings to leads. So I've got pending listings, just sold listings, listings that you've borrowed to market, you can run through here. We got landing pages, we got PDF reports that you can run ads for. So we've got a ton of different things. So let me just introduce you to the options you've got first. So if I click on the green create listing ad button, you'll see all of my listings are here. So we've got for sale, which is active, for sale by owner, just listed, coming soon, open house, pending, and then just sold. And keep in mind, we've got just sold as listing agent and just sold as selling agent. So if your buyer, congratulations, got the listing, you got the offer accepted, you can do, once it closes escrow, of course, just sold listing where you're the buyer's agent, all right? So do not steal, take, otherwise borrow without permission the listing agent's photos. Go ahead and make sure you take a couple of photos during your last inspection so that you can add that listing to listings to leads, market a status, just sold selling agent, and get some more opportunity to generate listing leads in particular off of social media, your database, and so on, all right? Are we able to use FSBO with their permission? Well, yeah, definitely. You gotta have their permission. And I would also check your MLS, because I know there's a couple, I don't think it's too many, but I believe there's a couple of MLSs that do not let you do any marketing without an agreement. I can't remember what you call it. In different MLSs, I'm sure it's called different things. But yeah, always check with your MLS. Never ask a vendor if you're allowed to do something. All right, that's always ask your MLS. But yeah, we have a lot of clients that they will approach a FSBO. We got some tools that actually help you do that. And then you can add that FSBO listing to your account, again, per your MLS regulations, and market that FSBO. So it's kind of awesome. All right, but so for any listing, you just select the listing, click create ad, and you're going to see very similar to what we did before. You got the 3-step quick publish guide, create new form is step number 1. And here we got name, email, and phone number. Click create form. Step 2, type in the location. All right, and we're automatically, we got special ads category for housing done. We got the 15-mile radius done, right? We got all this stuff done because we know what has to be done. So we just distilled it to make it super easy for you. All right, so 1, create form, 2, location, 3, confirm your budget and schedule. And again, if I wanted to, I can come down here and look at my other options as well and click publish. And it's literally that easy. Now I'm going to show you, Carla, this is for you. I'm going to show you, I'm going to go back to ads, and I'm going to show you a pending listing. So let's let ads come back up here. So again, create listing ad. Here's a pending listing. Here's a just sold listing, but let's look at a pending listing. Because I would for sure, man, for sure do your pending listings. Because especially in an environment like this, where listings, you know, if you can do coming soon, right, that'd be awesome. And you got your just listed and then it's sold after a couple of days. So to get that extra marketing time while the listing is pending, and you may call it in contract, under contract, active contingent, there's like 1 or 2 other options that you've got in listings to leads for that kind of a status. It all works the same way. All right, again, step 1, click to create form. Step 2, type in the location. Step 3, confirm budget and schedule. All right, now if this is your listing, you're the listing agent on a pending listing, And I also recommend this for just sold. I know there's some different ideas on whether it's a good idea or not, but you can, just to show you, I can come in here and do like 849 Maple Drive, Granite Bay, California is pending with 8 offers above asking, right? Whatever. All I want to do here is just to show you that you can edit the text, and we highly recommend doing. In fact, check this out. Here's something that I've seen a few people do, and I think it's an awesome idea. And you got to come up with what it is. Our 58-point marketing plan generated over 149 buyer leads for right. So our 58-point buyer leads for this house. Right, something like that, right? But I think the one thing for sure is, figure out, and if it's not exact, right? Don't lie about it and say it's a 558-point marketing plan. But put something about, because I see people do this all the time, right? They'll put 8 offers above asking, and that's fine. But especially in an environment like this, what people, there's sellers that think they can do it themselves because it's so many offers and above asking and all that kind of stuff. So it's almost like a so what. So try to mention something about your value here, right? Why should they use you? Well, if you've got a 58-point marketing plan, right, and then listing leads, and I'm sure you do other things as well. So come up with how many how many steps are there to your marketing plan? Are you going to count the fact that you do professional photos as part of your marketing plan? That you do a walkthrough video, right? That you get it, that you syndicate it out to Zillow, Realtor.com, and Trulia, right? Are those three items on that 58-point plan, or is that one item that you syndicate to all 3 of those websites? So do you guys get my point? All right. So, Karen, where did I get 58? I looked at what I do when I market a listing, and when I say that, I mean all the way through just sold, right? So from the time I sign the listing agreement through the time it's just sold, what are all those actions I'm doing? How many of them are there? Because you may find out, well, it's actually 126 because I do professional photos, right? And so whatever it is, right? You'll know what that number is. But yeah, get that in there so people can see, holy crap, Karen has even if it's a 46-point marketing plan or a 29-point marketing plan, that's 29 things that I don't want to miss and forget. All right. So anyways, keep that in mind for your pending and just sold listings. All right. So we walk through an open house, we walk through a pending, any listing that you market or that you run an ad for, it's going to be the same way. Create listing ad, select the listing, any status, right? I'll show you just sold, create ad. All right, again, create new form, step 1, name, email, and phone number. Step 2, location. And step 3, confirm budget and schedule. Again, if I want to scroll down, change the Facebook page I'm doing the ad to, the Instagram page, the text, right, the image, the headline description or link, the audience, the location, interest, placements, pixel. None of that stuff is needed. And if you don't know any of that stuff, awesome, don't worry about it. If you do know about all that stuff, awesome, do whatever you want. But I would say 95% of our clients just do the 3-step quick publish, and they're generating leads, buyer leads, seller leads with phone numbers, anywhere from 50 cents to $5. It's kind of that kind of first order of magnitude distribution, all right? So anywhere from, again, 50 cents through $5 is where I see most people ending up at for cost per lead, all right? So any questions on listings. I'm doing an ad for a listing. And yeah, Amy, for a particular thing like that, I would suggest getting with support, but I will walk through it on my end and you can see where you might be a little bit off. But yeah, for particular cases where you might be having an issue, by all means, let support know and they'll help you out right away. But so we got create landing page ad. And now if you don't have a landing page, go to the landing page dashboard and create your landing pages. So this will allow me to create an ad for any landing page that I've got in my account, right? So I've got down payment assistance, new construction, right? And you get unlimited landing pages. So these are all different landing pages that I've got. All right, so I will do, doesn't matter. Let's do that one, create ad. All right, so again, 3-step quick publish guide, location. Oh, I'm sorry, create form. Create form. And that image is editable, of course. The text is all editable. All right, again, hit publish, get the ad sent to review. All right, and again, I can scroll down and edit any of the text. I can edit any of this stuff as well. But again, hit publish and get that ad live. All right, so, and let me ask, I think it might have been Amy that asked the question. So you saw for me, when I clicked create landing page ad and I hit that drop down, I've got a lot of different landing pages here, all right? And in fact, you're gonna see, I'll come, in fact, let me just talk about it right now, and then I'll show you how to create these landing pages. But I've got a lot of different custom landing page for different new construction developments. So I got one here for Venetian Point. Right, so I've got landing pages for all sorts of different new construction developments in my area, for the what is your home worth in my area, right? A lot, just all sorts of landing pages. And so to create a landing page, just click landing page on the left-hand side. And just real briefly, I'll show you type. So I can select the landing page type here. So if I do, let's do custom landing page for buyers. And location might be right, Granite Point development in Folsom, new construction. Click add landing page. And what's really cool is I can add videos to the landing pages. I can add professional photos to the landing pages, customize the social media share images, right? So all of the stuff is customizable, right? And we got support that'll help you through creating a landing page for really anything that you can imagine. All right. Here, I'll show you a couple of different landing pages here. So you can see I can add video to a landing page on the left. I can add full screen landing pages as well. In fact, let me see if I can show you one here. Got some really cool. Some of my, yeah, you can see here, we have a video behind the lead form, walking people through a new development. This is just a video that I grabbed off the internet. So anytime you use video on a landing page, I would have cut out that first intro part and just kind of started right here. But you can see putting a video on a landing page full screen looks absolutely gorgeous, right? Looks beautiful. So, and then I can run a Facebook lead ad for any landing page in my account without, just super easy, just like what we were talking about there for the listings, right? So we got listing ads, we got landing page ads, and the next one I want to show you for the PDF reports, this is awesome. All right, so we have, if we don't have 50 yet, we're gonna have 50 here very soon. just hit the drop down. You're going to see we got about 25 PDF reports that are all branded to you for seller leads. And we've got 25-ish for buyer leads as well. All right. So even if I don't have any listings in my account yet, for example, let's do 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home. Click create ad. Here's what the ad's going to look like on the right. Again, 3-step quick publish, create new form 1, location 2, confirm budget and schedule 3, and click publish. All right. And so again, and all these are branded to you, and they're going to collect name, email, and phone number leads. So Anita, how long does it take for the ad to be reviewed? Anywhere from 5 minutes to 5 hours, right? Just depends what's going on. Typically, 10 to 15 minutes max. So, but it just depends. Yes, we provide the guide. So let me show you. I'll show you what one of them looks like. So let's go to the ads dashboard. And you can see all your previously run ads here down the dashboard. And I'm gonna have to go to page 2. And let's let page 2 come up here. So there we go. So anytime I got an ad running, you'll see a view ad thing here. I can click it, and this will show me the ad. And then click show. That's our kind of the preview. Click the show ad button here to the right. And let's scroll down. So here's the ad. And so people click it. There's name, email, and phone number. They click next. And then when it says send report, they're going to be taken to a page here where they can download the report, or they will, I'm sorry, and they're also going to get an email where they can open up the email and get that report as well. All right. So there's a couple of different ways they can do it. In fact, here, let me show you here. And give me a second here. And here's that PDF report. And you'll see it's branded to me on the bottom of every page. All right. And they're all like, kind of 5 to 10 page range. They're meant to engage people, not answer so many questions that they never come back to you. But yeah, these are meant to engage people so that they're more open to having conversations with you for you to continue helping them out with that. All right. Hector, yeah, you see it. I'm not sure why you don't see it, but it's there. So when I'm in my ads page, so again, on the ads, you'll see create listing ad, create landing page ad, and create PDF report ad. All right, so I click create PDF report ad. You'll see all the buyer and seller PDF guides. And now you can download these guides. You can email them to your database. You can send them out via text, right? In fact, I did a video on that recently in the mastermind group showing you how to send an email or via text. So I can say, for example, let's do 25 insider secrets on home buying, create ad. And there we go. Tricks of the trade, 25 insider secrets on home buying. And so what I recommend is run one buyer and one seller PDF report a week and change it every week, all right? Because if you think about it, you're trying to lead people down a path, right? So you're advertising listings. And I always recommend, advertise one listing that's like just listed, coming soon, or active. And then always try to market a listing that's pending or just sold. And that way you're showing people, hey, I got listing, I'm selling listings, I got listings sold, and I've got expert information for you. So again, the expert information being those PDF reports. So I can let you know the 12 secrets of selling a home. I can give you the 25 secrets for buying a home, right, or whatever the topic of the PDF report is. And so, if you can, right, it's best to run 2 to 4 ads a week so that you're attracting and showing people different kinds of content, all right? Right, one of the things I see people when they get themselves into trouble is they just run 1 ad a week, and it could be for just sold listing, all right? Well, attracting just trying to run a just sold listing and to generate enough leads to really get a listing out of it, it's obviously doable, right? And I would say for a just sold ad, on the good side, I'm seeing leads anywhere from $2 to $5, right, for a just sold. And that's name, email, and phone number, right? So people are getting the leads. But I'm going to let you know that if you were to do a just listed, active, or open house ad, and then maybe an ad for one of the PDF guides, that typically you'll do better, because that way people, like I said, they're going to see that you just sold a listing, all right, and they may or may not click on that. And then they see another ad for an open house or a listing that you're trying to sell. And then they're going to go in their mind, they're going to go, oh, I just saw that Scott sold a listing. Now I see that Scott's got a listing that he's selling. And then, oh, I see Scott has information on the top 12 mistakes home sellers make when selling their home. This person, Scott, seems like somebody that we might want to talk to about selling our home, right? Versus, oh, I saw Hector advertise a home he just sold. And then when I don't click on that ad and I forget about Hector, right, I never get back to him, right? So we want to let people know that we've got different ways for them to engage with us on sold listings, on listings that we're marketing for sale, for expert content, whether it's a buy or a seller PDF guide, right? But we want to give people multiple reasons and multiple ways to reach out to us, to engage with us, because we never know what's going to really motivate them to want to contact us. And that's why, I was talking in a webinar last week, where even if you've got an ad that is working well for you, don't feel bad like after a week or two of turning that ad off and running another ad, because again, at some point the ad's going to play out and you're going to start not getting that many good leads from it. And it's just good to change up your stuff anyways. All right. And that's why we default to all our ads for being 1 week long, right? We don't default them to a month. We don't even default them to 2 weeks. You've got total permission and the opportunity and the function to run the ads as long as you want. You can run an ad for 2 months, but we don't recommend that, all right? Because we want you to be, imagine you're sitting at the bar and the person next to you, you just repeat that same conversation over and over and over again. After a while, it gets kind of boring, all right? That's why you want to have new conversations. And I want you to think of your ads as kind of like a mini conversation starting point. And so that's why we want to have different ads, right? So 1 day a week, come in here and I would pick a listing that is like just listed, open house, coming soon, active, run an ad for that, right? So just listed. Then I'd run another ad if I had the budget for a pending or just sold listing. And again, the just sold could be where I was the selling agent. For example, on 1015 Riley Street here in Folsom, I was the selling agent for that one, right? That's fine. I'm still going to generate seller leads, right, with name, email, and phone number. And then I would run either a couple of PDF report ads or a couple of landing page ads, right? And again, I would be conscious and I would be deliberate in thinking, what kind of leads am I trying to generate? What are the other ads that I'm running? And just have a sense of like, does all of this fit together? All right, am I balancing myself out between the buyer leads and the seller leads? Because here's another thing. I was talking to a client a couple of weeks ago, and there were a number of buyer leads. So this was for an active listing, and the agent actually borrowed the listing. So in this case, the agent got permission to market a listing. They added that listing to listings to leads. They were marketing that listing and generating buyer leads ostensibly. But as they qualified the buyer leads, they were actually finding out that some of them were also homeowners, and they actually set a listing appointment with one of the quote unquote buyer leads. All right. So keep in mind that just because someone comes in off of an open house or an active listing, a just listed or coming soon, right? Some of those people also own a home that they're going to need to sell, right? But I think, you know, what do most people do, right, when they're thinking about moving? They start looking at what are the other homes available for sale. So they start looking at homes for sale before they start talking to an agent about listing their home. Does that make sense for everybody? So always make sure that even when you are generating buyer leads, that you still find out. In fact, let me just show you. If you look, here's one of my just listed listings. And you can see I got my Matterport 3D tour in here. But let me show you something. If I click follow this home, all right? So here I got phone number. So I'll put my phone number in there. But notice it says, do you own a home? Yes. Do you need to sell before you buy a new one? Yeah, maybe no, but maybe yes, whatever. All right, and it's gonna let me go through to the listing. But sometimes people don't even do that. So always make sure, A, check out your lead notifications, right? Because there is that one, there is that question set in there regarding do you own a home and do you have to sell before you buy? But then also, right, whether it's orally, if you're talking to them on the telephone, if you're engaged via email or text, always ask that question. Do you own a home? And if you do, do you need to sell that home before you buy your next home? All right, and I think you'll like that, because you'll find some of these buyer list leads are also seller leads in disguise. All right. So any questions on any kind of ads for listings, for landing pages, or the PDF reports before we go into talk about marketing listings? All right, any questions on any of this and ads? All right, we good to go? Awesome. All right, so let's click on the listings tab. Now, there's 3 tools I want everybody to know about. So if you are in our mastermind group, these are the 3 tools that will literally move the needle. Now, obviously, we've got the Facebook ad, right? Facebook and Instagram ad. It's out there. If you went through the Get Started Wizard, our listings have auto posted up to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So that's awesome. But there's 3 tools that you got for every single listing where you are the listing agent. And you got two of them if you borrow the listing for with permission to market it. All right, so let me show you for every listing. And I'll do a pending listing, right? But again, every listing in your account where you are the listing agent or you got permission to market it will have these 3 tools, right? So the first one I'm going to show you is under print marketing, nearby homeowner letter. And this is the tool. In fact, let me just show you here. Let me let this, we're going to play this, so just go ahead and listen.
Probably the thing that I've had the most success with is the nearby homeowner letter. So as soon as I listed the property, I sent out 100 letters or so. And then as soon as it went under contract, I sent them out again. And then when it sold, I sent them out again. And then I read a posting about following up. You got to make that phone call. And it actually worked. So from that, I've had a lot of contact with the people there. And right now we're about to close on the 3rd condo. And that was a direct result of those letters.
All right, so let me show you 3 listings in one building within a couple of months. And this is just, you know, a few months back. And she had like 2 more that she was engaged with. All right, 2 more homeowners in that building. So for any listing where it's your listing or you got permission to market it, click print marketing, nearby homeowner letter. And there's 2 versions. I'm just going to click to download the one on the right. So whether it was Chris in the mastermind group, Alicia, Dustin, right? This letter, and you can door knock. I'll tell you a funny story. So here's the letter, all right? And again, you can door knock this, you can mail it, you can drop it off. Some of the things I love is if you're doing open houses in your area, get to the open house about an hour before you normally get there, and take 50 of these letters and drop them off to the homes around the open house as your quote unquote personal invitation to those homeowners. Had a client, and this is 2 weeks ago in California, right? So one of the most closed down states in the country. And she went door knocking a couple of weeks ago. And it was kind of funny because she told me, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go door knocking tomorrow. And I said, oh, you're gonna use the nearby homeowners letter. And unbelievable. She's like, what? I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, all right, come here. And so I showed her the letter and I said, this is what you're gonna take with you. All right. And she's like, yeah. Okay, great. So she got excited because I told her, I showed her the video from Pat and everything. And so she literally went door knocking just a couple of weeks ago. And one person told her to F off. And one of the other people has $1 million deal, right? How awesome is that? $1 million, not bad. So $1 million in California, that would be in the neighborhood that she was in. That's like about a 20 to 25% above the normal list price for her for that area. Right, that area probably is coming in at about like 750,000 on an average home. So $1 million is actually above $1 million. So that's well above using this letter. All right. So people use this letter. Again, you can mail it, you can door knock, you can just door drop. All right. How can you edit the sticky note? You can't. Yeah. No. Don't overthink it. All right. And I've never had anyone get into trouble. So yeah, again, here's where most people get into trouble. I don't say get into trouble, but just don't overthink it. Literally, you could print this up and just consider yourself, I'm gonna get $3,000 if I can get 100 of these out to homes around the listing. All right, you're gonna get $3,000, go, figure it out. All right, now I'm kind of serious about that. Are you gonna mail it? So Dustin Fox, who 2 years later is still sending these out, right? Just like Pat, Dustin sends 100 of these out at just listed, pending, and just sold, right? Because it's about frequency, making sure people are seeing your stuff. So that goes with print marketing, same as it goes for Facebook ads. So Dustin Fox, 2.5, 3 years later, is still using this letter just like Pat is, all right? And what he does is he'll print this up and he literally hand writes the envelopes because he's done testing and that gets opened the most. We've had people successfully do, where they print the addresses on the little mailing labels and put them on the envelopes. And we have people that door knock, we have people that door drop, all right? So it really doesn't matter how you do it. It just matters that you do it without overthinking it and never getting it done, all right? What I like personally, just my personality and everything, is Amy. Awesome, yeah, cool. In fact, I was just talking to Janet and Eric a little earlier today. But what was I saying? Yeah, personally me, I would have an open house, right? Even now, yeah, COVID safe and all that good stuff. But and even it was funny because people are like, well, can you still door knock? And I think you knock on the door, and I always do this anyways, even before, like in your neighborhood, and you're knocking on the neighbor's door who you may not know. I always knock on the door, and I always take 2 or 3 steps back so that I'm not like invading their personal space, at the door. I think it's just more polite anyways. Even before COVID, I would do that. And I certainly do that now. I just had to go knock on a neighbor's door the other day and knock on the door. I take 2 to 3 steps back. And then that way they can feel comfortable in talking to me. And then that way I can just say, hey, this is Scott Pierce at Eldell Realty. We're having an open house down the street on Saturday, maybe it's Thursday. And I just wanted to give this to you. with more information about the open house, right? And I would kind of reach my arm out to hand it to them. And if they were gonna shutter or whatever, I could just say, you know what, I can send it to you via text or email if you like. What's the best phone number to send it to you via text? What's the best email to email you that to you? And how do you spell your last name, right? How awesome is that, right? So it's just about being in tune with people. It's about being empathetic with people. Again, the client from a couple of weeks ago, she did not let an FU in the beginning derail her from getting $1 million qualified lead out of it a little bit after that. All right. So do with all of that what you may. And let me just say also, anytime I'm in a tool, don't forget the light bulb in the lower left-hand corner, because that will take you to a page. And we always have a lot more information about how to use that tool right here on this page. So you can see that that looks very familiar to what I was just doing, right, about this letter. So highly recommend that letter. So we talked about 3 tools that you have to use. The letter is one. The other one is the e-flyer for your database, all right? So the letter is just like catnip for listings. Another one that is super, super powerful for generating listings. And when our follow-ups go live, this will be super easy to do. But right now, you can send this out to your leads, right? Wise Agent, Lion Desk, Boomtown, Constant Contact, BombBomb. A lot of people use BombBomb for this. All right, especially your pending listings, everybody. Click copy code. And what we're going to do is this e-flyer, and again, don't overthink it. And even if you got your leads on a follow-up plan that's really not engaging that much, let's be honest. You got leads on listing alerts. That's awesome. I always recommend listing alerts, right, from my buyer and seller leads. This is an override to both your follow-ups and your listing alerts, all right? This, so our managed services department, when they send this out to the agents for who they're managing, this will normally get 100%, right, above 100% of the engagement that the normal listing alert or the normal follow-up email gets. All right, so let me say that again. All those leads in your database, you got follow-ups going out to them, you got listing alerts going out to them, and that's great. If you were to send this email for whichever listing is in your account to them, you will probably very likely see a 100%, a doubling of the opens and clicks and replies that you get back. All right. And to do that, click copy code. And I'm going to go to my follow-up plan. You'll see how that looks here. But this is not live in your account yet. But I'm just going to show you how you would do this. So you can do what I'm going to show you in any email program. It's just the buttons might be called something a little bit different. But I'm going to go to create email blast. So where you're going to email your contacts. I've shown this before in Wise Agent and Lion Desk. So you can always ask your CRM, how do I send out an email to my database? All right. And so I click create new, and so I'll give it a catchy subject line. I will say I forgot which listing I did. But the main thing I want to show you, and again, in every program out there is going to be a little bit different, but you want to get to the part where you got the editor here that you can, email your database. And I'm going to click source in the upper right-hand corner. You see how all this changes a little bit when I click source? So whatever email program you're using will have the same idea, same thing. And I'm just going to paste all that copy code stuff from listings to leads. Right? And I guess it was pending in Granite Bay. All right. And this is going to generate buyer leads out of our database. This will generate seller leads out of our database. Some people are going to email us. Some people are going to reply back to us. Some people are going to click the links and become a lead off of clicking the links. but this email, I'm just telling you, again, you can overthink it. You can not believe me and not do it, or you can do it, all right? And again, don't worry about the timing, right? So, you know, if you got leads on follow-ups or listing alerts, they may have gotten something this morning. That's fine. That's totally fine, right? Go ahead and send this to your database and check out the responses that you get, and let us know. Because most of the time that we send these out, we get some really good feedback. Not feedback, but replies back after sending it. All right. So that's the e-flyer for your database. And Anita, that letter, yeah. Now you may not be able to door knock on a $3 million listing, only because it would take you 7 hours to get 10 homes done. They're so far apart, and gates and all that. So in that case, Anita, you'd probably, I'd probably mail it, right? And in fact, one of the things I didn't show you is I mentioned the letters, but I won't penalize you too much. Let's go to task and print marketing. And I showed you the nearby homeowners letter, and that's the one that we focus on the most, but there are postcards and door hangers that essentially do the same thing as well. All right, let me download the door hanger. And the reason I mentioned that, Amy or Anita, is because you can also use the postcard as well. All right. So here's the door hanger. You can see it's the same information, right? And then the postcards also. There's jumbo and standard. The letter tends to work the best, but hey, if you're going to sit there and go, you know what, the letter won't get done, but I can get a postcard or a door hanger done, then do it, right? Because what matters the most is that you do one of these three, right? Secondary is which one of them that you use, right? But postcards, door hangers, letters, right? Whichever one would work, all right? And the third tool, right? And again, keep in mind, if I click the light bulb in the lower left, right? Print marketing postcards. So any tool that I'm on in Listings to Leads or any page will have a dedicated support post for it. All right. So we did the ad for listing. We talked about the nearby homeowners letter for listings. We talked about the e-flyer for your database for listings. These are all power tools. These are all tools, even just in and of themselves, can move the needle on your business. Do all three of them, you're going to be really enjoying Listings to Leads, and you're going to be enjoying being a real estate agent a lot more. All right. Now, the fourth tool, ads, letter, the e-flyer for your database. The fourth one is the stuff for the seller social media. All right, seller social media. And this is as easy. When you're adding a listing to your account, you're going to be prompted to add in the seller's name and email. All right. So if I click edit seller referral leads, you'll see I've got my seller's email address right there. Ian at, right, that's Ian. And then we got Lauren here. And then I did the salutation, right, dear Ian and Lauren, and I saved that. And so now every time I change the status of my listing, my sellers, excuse me, are going to get an e-flyer and a social media post that they can put on Facebook or anywhere they want to, as well as share via email. Let me show you. So give me 1 second. I'm going to send that to myself. I'm on my other monitor. Let me refresh. Oh, there we go. Let me pop that out. So this is the version I get. All right, so we got a nice post there. So this prompts our sellers, and let me tell you, sellers love it. All right, if you haven't done it, you might sit there and not do it because you're kind of, you know, just not sure about it. But let me just tell you, sellers love it. What they don't love is having to do it themselves. And I'm going to role play with you a quick conversation that you would have with your seller. But I'm going to do, so I'm pretending to be the seller. So imagine I'm the seller. I put this on my Facebook page. And now you as the agent, because I'm doing it as a team name here. So my home sold team at LDL Realty Demo, right? And so that way all the friends of the seller on Facebook, and the seller also gets a email that they can forward via email. But now we're going to start being able to engage the seller's sphere of influence via social media and email, just by adding their email and salutation into listings to leads. And so if we have an open house, right, they'll get an email and a Facebook post when the listing goes pending, when the listing goes sold, right? And so the beautiful thing about that is by the time we get that listing sold, the seller's sphere of influence will have heard from us anywhere from 4 to 6 to 8 times over that 2 to 3 month time period. All right, absolutely brilliant, because again, it's all about frequency, right? It's about seeing us over and over and over again with great calls to action and great lead capture. All right, so let me see. All right, any other questions? Any questions about anything we've covered? So first key is when you sign up or first get into your account, get into or get the Get Started Wizard done. All right, so make sure you get the Get Started Wizard done. The second thing, make sure you got your ads and that you kind of get how ads should run and how they are run. So you got the 3-step quick publish guide for listings, for landing pages, for one of about 50 PDF reports for buyers or sellers. All right, so you got all the ads for Facebook and Instagram, and then to know other marketing for listings, whether it's the nearby homeowners letter, the e-flyer for your database, the tools for the seller, right? And that every listing, the best thing you can do for your business is just go through the entire checklist, right, for all of your for all of your listings, and make sure you get all of them done. All right, all those items done. And someone says, what's the difference listing and landing page ads? Well, listings promote listings and landing pages promote other things. So a landing page may promote what is your home worth, down payment assistance, new construction, right? All sorts of different things. I think the best thing for landing pages is I would create a landing page for every single new development in my area, right? And then I'd run ads for that. Let me see if I can show you here. Seller. I'm trying to see if I have. Coming soon. Yeah, I thought new construction. Let me see this one here, what this one is. Now I may have deleted that one. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, I would, like I was kind of getting to, I would create a landing page, Anita, for every new development in my area. And then that way I could run ads for them super easily. All right. Any other questions? Everybody good to go? All right. Listen, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions on anything that we covered that I didn't get a chance to get to, by all means, go ahead and click on support in your account. Let support help you out, get into the mastermind group, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody.